It is February 1st, 2004, Super Bowl Sunday in Sarasota, Florida. At the time, Sarasota was a relatively small, laid-back town where parents let their kids play outside until dark without a single worry. But on this specific evening, that innocence was shattered forever. Carlie Brucia was an 11-year-old girl with big, electric blue eyes, beautiful blonde hair, and a bright future. She was a responsible kid, loved by everyone who knew her. That evening, Carlie left her friend's house around 6:15 p.m. to walk home along Bee Ridge Road, a relatively busy road lined with fast food restaurants and coffee shops. She never made it home. When she failed to return, her mother contacted the police, sparking an immediate panic. Because it is highly unusual for an 11-year-old to go missing overnight, investigators recognized the extreme urgency of the situation. They brought in the Sarasota County Canine Rescue and used bloodhound tracking dogs to trace Carlie's scent from her friend's house. The dogs successfully tracked her for 4 or 5 blocks, leading directly behind a local car wash facility. And then, abruptly, the scent trail went entirely cold. When detectives questioned the owner of the car wash, he mentioned he had recently installed a video camera surveillance system and offered to check the footage. What that tape revealed completely changed the case, presenting a sequence of events that stands as every parent's absolute worst nightmare. The surveillance video captured Carlie walking in the back of the car wash. Suddenly, a man walked right up to her in broad daylight. You can see him say something to her, grab her above the wrist, and lead her away out of the camera's view. Based on her body language, Carlie was completely taken aback, freezing up because she was only 11 years old and didn't know how to handle the situation. It was a terrifying, heart-wrenching video that left investigators with a sickening feeling in the pit of their stomach. Law enforcement immediately launched an intense effort to identify the stranger. The footage showed a white male between 25 and 40 years old, relatively short with cropped black hair and visible tattoos. Crucially, he was wearing a dark blue mechanic's uniform with a name tag and walked with a highly distinctive gait. To generate leads without spooking the offender into harming the child, police released the surveillance video to TV stations in time for the 11 o'clock news. Tips flooded the station. One viewer called in and explicitly named a local man named Joseph Smith, noting that the uniform, the haircut, and unique walk matched him perfectly. Joseph Smith was 37 years old, worked as a mechanic, and was already on probation for drug offenses. Shockingly, when police interviewed a former coworker of Smith, the coworker stated that the exact way the man on the tape grabbed the young girl's wrist looked identical to the way Joseph Smith grabbed his mechanical tools. Detectives went straight to Smith's residence. After they knocked on the door for 30 minutes, Smith finally answered. He claimed he had an alibi, asserting he was home watching the Super Bowl with his roommates. His female roommate initially backed up his story, leading detectives to temporarily eliminate him as a suspect. However, the community remained desperate. Volunteers and family members searched dumpsters and combed the area through the